currently standing in front of the house where the iconic third act of Scream 1996 took place. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the house, do a full tour, and point out the little things that stayed here during filming, little Easter eggs, things you might not know about the house. I'm currently on the porch. I'm currently on Stu Macher's porch. Right next to this front door is actually a plaque. Despite its Victorian look, it was actually built in 1990 by Earl J. Coates. This little call box right here to the left of the front door is also original.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Hi MTV, welcome to my crib. Going up the stairs to the second floor. When you turn right after going up the stairs, you go right over here. We have Stu Macher's bedroom. Originally, there was a door here that Sydney went through to get to the attic after being chased by Ghostface. Perhaps my favorite Easter egg about this entire house that stayed here even after filming is this. It's a door, but just wait, hear me out. Obviously, when you look at this door, it looks like a normal door, right? But if you walk a little bit closer and you look right here near the top, these little marks right here are from the knife that Ghostface used. But he hit the door right here, and these marks have stayed. This is something they point out on the tours of this house. If you want to take a tour and check out this house, check the description below, but they point out little things like this. It's things like this that just make me so happy. It's like little Easter eggs, it's the little things. Of course, walking from Stu's room, we get to this little area. This looks down into the foyer. Then walking through here, we get to the master bedroom where Billy and Sydney break that first rule. Funny thing about this is that this originally in the movie was made to seem like a window. So it makes a little bit more sense when Sydney meets Ghostface on this landing. Because it's like, where did he come from? It's very labyrinthine. It's kind of confusing until you actually step foot in this place and you see the layout of the house. Of course, Stu comes out as Ghostface through this bathroom, so he was just chilling in here until he comes out and stabs Billy. After walking into the foyer, you don't really see this room in the movie. You see it for a second as people are coming in to the house for Stu's party, but it's a beautiful room. I'm assuming that maybe they set up filming equipment in this room, maybe in this corner. When you take a right through this room, there's a bathroom. It's pretty nice. And then coming into here, there's a beautiful bedroom with just the nicest view I've seen in a long time. I mean, imagine waking up to that and then walking out of this bedroom. This is the back door of the house, which leads right to this room. This is the room where Brandy states the 3 rules of surviving a horror movie. We're all sitting here on the couch watching Halloween. And this right here is the iconic doorway where Stu Macher is seen exiting, saying the iconic line, "I'll be right back." Walking through this doorway, you see the pantry that Sydney's dad was seen. You know the scene when Stu drags him out of here. But then if you turn around, you see this beautiful kitchen. I mean, you would never think that this kitchen was used in a horror movie. Another fun little Easter egg is this tea kettle right here is seen in the movie, meaning this hasn't left. The tea kettle hasn't moved since 1996. This is all original. This is original. The dishwasher is original. The fridge is original. The lights are original. It's so cool. You might notice that the wall color has changed. It originally was a light blue, like a pretty baby blue color, and now it's a gorgeous, kind of like muted yellow. This is where the climax of the movie takes place, when Sydney and Billy and Stu are here, and of course, Billy states his motive, and then they have a little moment together, And then Stu comes right over here to this desk and he's bleeding pretty badly. Billy is having a freak out moment here. But if you look underneath this desk, there's a little tiny splotch of the original blue paint. I think this might be the nerdiest Easter egg in this entire house. When you walk out of the kitchen and into the foyer, and you walk right through here, you see the closet that Sydney was hiding in, dressed as Ghostface, and she comes out of the closet and stabs Billy right here. And funny enough, there's an umbrella. So this is literally Sydney POV. But yeah, this is the closet that Sydney was hiding in, and then she hops out and stabs Billy. Fun fact, Skeet Ulrich was actually stabbed in the shoulder. Nev Campbell literally stabbed Skeet Ulrich in the chest. In that scene, you don't really feel bad for Billy because he's like horrible, and we're now realizing that he's horrible and has been horrible this entire time. So you don't really feel bad for his character, but then when you remember that Skeet Ulrich was literally stabbed in the shoulder, you're like, I do kind of feel bad for him. Coming out of the kitchen, we see the door to the garage. This is the scene where Tatum enters the garage just to get a couple of beers. And then she turns around and is met by Ghostface standing at the top of the stairs, menacingly. Fun little Easter egg. The original garage opener is still here. This is the one that Ghostface hits that opens the garage. That seals Tatum's fate. Oh, you want to play psycho killer? Can I be the helpless victim? Okay, let's see. No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
Cut, Casper. That's a wrap.
Right when you leave the garage door and you go up these stairs, this is pretty interesting. So remember how I said the door to the attic didn't exist anymore? You go up these stairs. The original door was right behind this door. I think this is actually the original door, but it was obviously like in the wall. This is where the original door was. And of course, Sydney, she takes the surfboard, she shoves it in front of the door so that Ghostface can't come through anymore. You can see it in this photo. And then Sydney runs out of that door. Sydney runs all the way through the attic, runs right up to this window, looks down, sees a boat, and jumps. And then she falls all the way down to the boat that was parked right here. And then unfortunately, she sees Tatum. R.I.P. Gone too soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this little trip inside the Stumacher house. What you might not know is that you can actually book a tour here yourself. They have private tours, they have group tours, they have events. So definitely check the links in the description below for all of the information about that. It's such an escape from reality. It's a beautiful place. The air is crisp and clear. Aside from being the set of an iconic horror movie, it's just a beautiful place. And fun fact, the owners of this house also own the Petaluma Creamery, the Washoe House, and a couple other places. So check the link in the description below for those. I've heard through friends of mine directly that the Washoe House is haunted. So you can visit this location and then visit a haunted location for lunch or dinner. I want to give a big thank you to the Spring Hill Estate for letting me come and tour this beautiful home again. It's always such a pleasure being out here and I never take it for granted. Also, fun fact, you can get married here. A dream. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video on Final Girl, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll be right back.